Aaron Gordon to the Denver Nuggets. Let's talk about it. Hello YouTube world, thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. If this is your first time to the channel, please like, subscribe. Also, hit the notification bell for any future content and check out my other videos as well. I think you'll like the content. I think you'll find it intriguing. And well, let's just start from here. Now, the take of the day that I have, who is Aaron Gordon? Aaron Gordon just got traded to the Nuggets, coming from the Orlando Magics. Or the Orlando Magic. He was averaging 14 points a game. I think 14.3, 4, something like that, to be exact. And he was averaging 6 rebounds with like 3 or 4 assists. Now, to me, when I look at Aaron Gordon, for what he can do for Denver can be a lot, because if you look at what Denver did last year, they basically went 7 games in their first 2 rounds. Like, they had to go 7 games with Utah, they went 7 games with the Clippers, and they outlasted both of them. So if you add a wing player like him, remember, they still got Michael Porter Jr., they still got Jokic, they still got Jamal Murray. You know, Millsap's still hanging in there and stuff like that, but they have a really good team still. And adding Aaron Gordon with what he can do, first of all, Aaron Gordon is an athletic 6'8", jump out the gym type player. You know this. You've seen him in the dunk contest. You've seen what he can do as far as, you know, just using his athleticism and being effective that way. But now when you look at Aaron Gordon, especially since this year specifically, Aaron Gordon is shooting 37% from the 3-point line. So when you add that with what Jokic can do, Jamal Murray can turn into that star player in the playoffs. Michael Porter Jr., they got something. And the way Jokic is playing right now, most people say Jokic is the MVP of the league, especially since LeBron went down. Or should I say, a lot of analysts would say Jokic is definitely up there as far as the top player to get it, because, you know, no Embiid, no LeBron. Who else is there? You know, you can add a couple other players to me. You can add Damian Lillard. You can add let me see, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I would even throw, well, of course, James Harden. I would throw Kawhi in there, maybe, you know. But still, like I said, you can add other players, but Jokic is definitely up there, you know. So when I'm looking at this team and the way they're playing now, to add a wing player like him with athleticism and can knock down the 3 and can get you extra rebounds, and he does play pretty good on he plays pretty hard on defense. I'll say that. He tries to play defense. He tries to play hard, you know, but he's not the greatest defender, but still, he will apply himself on the defensive end, and he can stretch the floor on the offensive end now that he can knock down the 3. So I think when he first came in the league, he really wasn't a 3-point shooter. I think when he came to the league, from what I remember seeing him, he was just pretty much just a dunker and, you know, get loose rebounds, you know, hey, you know, whatever, you know, he was just, he was just a good wingman, I guess, you know what I'm saying? He was just, you know, maybe a little bit of a high flyer. Like I said, he can get some rebounds, some extra offensive rebounds. That's pretty much what he was. But now where he's at, you know, where he's at in Denver, I think they can utilize his talent with his athleticism and his ability to knock down that 3. I think the Nuggets can put him in a good position to be a better player, because now you're playing beside an MVP caliber player in Jokic. You're playing with Jamal Murray, an all-star type player, So Now you add somebody like him who has a lot of upside with Michael Porter Jr., they're a pretty dangerous team. If they knocked the Clippers off last year, Clippers better watch out. They might do the same thing this year. So what I'm saying is Aaron Gordon is definitely a really good piece of this team, and who he is a good, solid player who can help your team in certain areas win more games. That's who he is. And if he ever turns his game up a little bit more, he would really be, he would really get more recognition. Because I think really the only thing people know of him is the dunk contest where he did those amazing dunks. And he didn't even win. He didn't even win, you know, but still, like, he should have won, or at least won one out of the 2 dunk contests I think he's been in. So, but that's all we know about him. And like I said, for him to actually shoot 37% from the 3-point line, which is really good, which is a really decent, you know, a little bit more than decent percentage to shoot from the 3-point line, especially, you know, a guy his size. So, like I said, I mean, I really like what the Denver Nuggets did in adding him. I think, you know, he's definitely going to make them a lot better, and I think he's definitely going to give them more depth. You know what I'm saying? Now that they can, you know, now that, you know, that you got a player like Aaron Gordon who can shoot, you know, who can drive to the basket, who can get extra rebounds. With Jokic already doing that and his triple-double, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., I mean, I think Paul Millsap still hanging around. I mean, they got a really good team. And I think a lot of people don't need to sleep on them. So, yeah, Aaron Gordon, trust me, he definitely could be the missing piece of what they need to actually get even further in the playoffs. Yeah, because he would be a lot of teams would look at him really as the X factor, and he would be, because he could be that player that can play, you know, in the playoffs. It could be 2 or 3 games out of a 7-game series in the playoffs, he might drop 20 plus points. And if that happens with what all they, you know, with Jokic and Jamal Murray playing the way they're supposed to, well, they might not be going to too many game 7s. They might actually just be winning them in 5 or 6 games, depending on who they play. So, yeah, I definitely don't want nobody to sleep on this Aaron Gordon pickup by the Nuggets, which was really good. Really good move. Really good move. Really quiet, good move. You know, a lot of people don't see it that way or might not look at it that way, but it's a good, quiet move that nobody is like even paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know, shout out to the Nuggets, man. You know what I'm saying? They that's a good pickup for them. And a lot of people's not even looking at them as a contender. A lot of people not even looking at Jokic. There are some who are not looking at Jokic as an MVP caliber player. There's some people out there saying Utah is a sleeper team in the playoffs. I don't think so. I think the Nuggets are a sleeper team in the playoffs. Between them and the Mavericks, those are the 2 sleeper teams in the Western Conference in the playoffs. Between those 2 teams. Especially now the Mavericks added JJ Redick, so but that's another story. But yeah, the Nuggets are for real. Got to keep an eye on them, and don't be surprised what they do in the playoffs with this addition of Aaron Gordon. Now, hey, leave any comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think. I mean, do you agree? Do you not agree? Let me know.